Now, another part of the learning objective is adrenal gland. Adrenal gland present on above the kidneys, and their function is to produce a hormone known as adrenaline, and it is released by, or it is triggered by, some external factors now, right? Unlikely, as in the glucose condition, the glucose was something which was changing the internal environment internally. It was a internal factor, it was an internal stimulus. But in the adrenal gland, the stimulus is external, means your emotions, what you have seen, what you have heard. It's going to create an emotion in your body, and how my body is reacting towards the stimulus. Here comes a hormone known as adrenaline, and it is released in the times of fear or stress, anger or anxiety. Okay, and it's a gland, or it's a hormone which has several target organs. Like it will prepare my body for fight or flight condition. Like for example, you got into a fight with your friend or someone, and there are two conditions. Either you will run away, or either you are going to stay back and you're going to fight with your friend, with that particular person. According to the situation, like if you think that you are dominated in the situation, you may fight. If you think that you are not, you will flight. So your body is being prepared, fight or flight condition, right? Or if you're crossing a road, there's a car coming suddenly out of nowhere from the opposite direction, and you panic at that particular moment. That is also a fight or flight condition. Sometimes you freeze at that particular area, right? That was your fight or flight condition. Sometimes some people like cross the road very quickly. When they see some cars coming towards them and they are they're in a speed, they run across the road, right? Sometimes they just freeze in a situation, or freeze in that particular point. If something like that happens, they are in a panic condition. So it depends on body to body how my body is reacting towards it. There's something known as negative feedback. We will discuss this in a chapter on homeostasis. Okay, now how my body works. When the adrenaline is released, how my body is affected, how my body is responding towards that particular um, stimulus. Okay, there are steps actually. Number one, in the stress condition or any condition like fear, stress, or anger, anxiety, means that emotion has triggered in my body. The first message will be received by the brain. If the car is coming towards you, who has received the message? Your eyes. If you got into a fight or argument with your friend, right, the message was received by your eyes or by your ears and by your skin as well, right? Because for example, that person has hit you, you have felt it on your skin. Your sense organs are very vital here. They are the one who are going to play the major game in receiving the message. And you know, when the message being received, they are going to give to the main part of your body. That is main part of your body that is known as CNS, the brain part, and in the brain, hypothalamus. When the hypothalamus has received the message that what has actually happened, now the hypothalamus is going to form a response. Now, how is going to form a response? The hypothalamus needs to send a message to the adrenal gland. So it releases the adrenaline. So my body goes into the fight or flight condition. It sends the signal to the adrenal gland to release the adrenaline. Means this type of actually function of adrenal gland is both nervous and both nervous and the endocrine both. Nervous system are also involved here, and uh, the hormones are also involved here. Means the hypothalamus will send the message to the adrenal gland through nerves. And when the adrenal gland will release the adrenaline is going to mark different target areas. to do this fight or flight condition. Means adrenaline will increase your breathing rate because your cells need to produce more energy by respiration. For respiration, it needs glucose. For glucose, my liver will start to produce more glucagon, so more glycogen will convert into glucose. Okay, and that glucose need to be transported towards the cell quickly. It means my blood flow will be faster, so my pulse rate, my heart rate will become faster because heart will work quickly. And in order to break down that glucose, we need more oxygen so the respiration can occur, so my breathing rate will increase as well. Okay, so what are increasing? Breathing rate is increasing, my heart rate is increasing, my blood flow is increasing, my respiration process will increasing, like my metabolism will increase as well, and my blood glucose conversion will increase as well. Okay, and in that condition, what happens to my pupil as well? My pupil will dilate. I would be able to see my means my brain wants to become more focused towards that condition. So my pupil will dilate in that particular area. So maximum condition and scenario can be absorbed by the brain. Like what is happening? Okay, so this is one of the condition as well, or effect of the body as well, that my pupil dilates. Let's go through these points. Number one, in stress, the brain or the hypothalamus sends signals to the adrenal gland to release adrenaline. Adrenaline makes breathing faster and deeper. It increases the heart rate, speeds up the blood flow to deliver more oxygen. The pupil widens to improve the focus, means dilates. In liver, adrenaline converts the glycogen to glucose. uh, Not adrenaline will make the liver to convert the glycogen into glucose with the help of a hormone known as glucagon, and higher level of glucose will help the cells to respire fast and to produce more energy to combat this fight or flight condition. Okay, this is a pictorial explanation as well. These stimuli has been triggered, and hypothalamus has received the message through the nerve impulses and through the spinal cord, because spinal cord is closer to the kidney, so the brain will send the message through the spinal cord towards the adrenal gland. The nerve impulses will be sent. See, this adrenal gland situation is short term, like you are not in a flight or flight condition all the time, or like in a like forever, right? It happens for just few minutes and the response needs to be given quickly. That's why the nervous system steps in, so the message is received by the adrenal gland quickly. Otherwise, for example, there's a car which is coming in front of you from opposite direction out of nowhere, and your brain has not uh, put your body into a flight or fright condition. Maybe you wouldn't know about it. Maybe you will respond to it in a slow way that you may get into an accident, right? That's why we need to alert this adrenal gland quickly. And the fastest way of communicating between the organs is the nerve impulses. And then adrenaline will release the adrenal gland will release the adrenaline into the blood, and blood has many target organs like heart, like lungs, liver, the muscles, to for the short term effect, that is fight and flight condition. Okay, and the last part of this chapter is as we have discussed, the gonads, also known as reproductive organs. We discuss about the hormone testosterone and the female hormone estrogen and progesterone. Gonads are the collective term for the reproductive organ. Testes, which are present in the male part, which produce a hormone known as testosterone, and it is secreted by the pituitary gland. Okay, pituitary gland releases the hormone which going to target the testes to release the testosterone. Testosterone will work on few things. Number one, involves in the development of the male body, means you will start to have the secondary male characteristics like facial hair, broadening of the chest, muscle mass increases, just your voice deepens, sperm production starts, right? And sperm starts to become mature. And as in the female, we have ovaries. Again, it is produced by pituitary gland. There are two hormones, estrogen and progesterone. Progesterone is a pregnancy hormone. Pituitary gland releases the hormone, and it's going to trigger the ovaries to produce estrogen and progesterone respective to their function and the um, occasion. Okay, and what does it do? It controls the development of the female sex organs and the secondary sexual characteristics like broadening of the pelvis or formation of the mammary glands, especially in the vertebrates. Of course, it's in the vertebrates, mammals, right? So that's why it's a mammalian hormone. Mammals produces these two hormones, female mammals, right? After giving birth to the babies, they need to feed them, they need to nurse them, so they need to have the mammary glands. And in the progesterone helps in the pregnancy, right? It helps in the attachment of the embryo is that small baby, right? Is the baby to attach in the uterus. So this is the overall. And both also helps in the menstrual cycle. Menstrual cycle is the cycle which occurs every month in the female, in which the egg is formed and then egg is released. If the egg is being fertilized, then it goes towards a pregnancy, and if it doesn't, it is released out of the body. These are the total hormones which you have studied in this chapter. Okay, last part to comparison between nervous system and the hormonal system. You can see there are certain main points of the comparison. A nervous system deals with or it involves the nerve impulses. Hormone control send the messages through the chemical substance known as hormones, and the impulses are transmitted by neurons, and then impulses are transported by the blood. It's a quick response, and the hormonal is a slow response. Of course, the blood flow is slower than the electricity, of course, very obvious thing. Response are short-lived, and these response may be short-lived in terms of the adrenaline, in terms of the pancreas, or long-lived in terms of sexual hormones, in terms of the growth, right? It may be voluntary or involuntary, means uh, it may be have your will or not. It is always involuntary. Pancreas is not going to ask you that whether it produces insulin or glucagon or not, right? It's going to act upon on its own according to the body situation. Usually localized means whatever areas affect is going to only that part is involved. Like for example, reflex action. If I'm going to touch a hot object, only my hand will be involved, not my whole body. Okay, but the hormonal control may affect the more than one target organ. Like adrenaline was targeting many organs. Sex hormones target the many organs. My whole body is changing, right? My face is changing, my body mass is changing, my voice is changing, my hair quality is changing. So many things are changing, right? You are in a puberty age, you may also are experiencing, some of the students may have having this problem of acne. It's because you're in a puberty age, your body is changing, your skin is changing. So in case of that hormonal control, they may have more than one or target organ. And this is how we have ended this chapter. Thank you.